Sewing Seams with Deb for another episode of Chit Chat and what I've been up to. So today I'm going to talk to you about my recent trip to Melbourne. Now, we went across, some of the family members went across to surprise my daughter for her birthday and to see my lovely son-in-law and to see my delightful grandson. So it worked out to be a surprise, and that's why I couldn't mention that I was going or anything, and what I was packing and what I was taking, all those interesting things, because I couldn't let the word get out. And she was surprised. How good. So that was very exciting. So we went across and we were there for a week, and I've got some exciting shopping that I want to share with you. So I had to go into Melbourne City, of course, to do some serious shopping. And when I shop in Melbourne or any city, I don't always buy things. I love just mooching along and having a look and see what's around, see what's coming up in vogue or in fashion, and try on things, and especially shoes. So the first day I went in and had a look at a couple of shoe shops and tried on some shoes, and I'll remember those shoes when they come on special, on sale. And then, of course, I went to Morris & Sons, didn't I? To the yarn store. Now, I did not get any footage at this store, but I spent a lot of time in there looking, because I have finished yet another pair of socks, which I'll talk to you about in another episode. So I wanted to get some lovely sock yarn. So I got this Marphologiya sock yarn, which is Arne & Carlos. So that's like a self-striping yarn. And it took me so long to decide on the colour. So again, it's a 4-ply. So I'll do my standard sock pattern for those. And I also got some merino yak 4-ply. Now, this can be used, this is also Regia. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, not sure, sorry if I'm not. This can be used for socks as well, or I can include it with another project. I'm getting quite a stash of yarn. I know that I'm not good at getting my stash down, am I? And I've just said in another message that I like to use all my stash. So I need to get cracking with some of these. So the way that I've been, the speed that I've been knitting the socks, I don't think this will be much of a problem. So what else did I get? Oh yes, I got some of these which are for doing cables on the various yarn weight. And I also got these. How cool. These are stitch markers, but they're the chakras. You know that I've finished the yoga course, and a lot of the course we discussed the chakras and the 7 energy centers of the body, and very interesting. Well, I just had to get, I just had to get these. How cool. They're all the chakras, and they're little stitch markers that I can put on my project. So now that I've shown you those, I will start using them. And how cute is the little bag? I'm sorry, I just had to get it. Thank you, Morris & Sons. Now, talk about always go to my favourite stores, my favourite shops, and I'm just not good at, well, I am. I'm good at exploring shops, but I also like to go back to my tried and true. So because of that, I went back to Tesuti. And I do have a little bit of footage here, explained and showing you here some of the lovely, the variety of different linens and the wool mixes, and they've just got some fantastic fabrics in there, and I've shown you some of those before, but I've gone a bit more in depth this time. And I was really wanting to get a pattern. Now, going back to a few vlogs ago, we were talking about my red linen, and I'm still trying to work out what I'm going to make. So I wanted to get a pattern from Tesuti, and I couldn't decide which pattern to get, so I ummed and ahed, and I end up getting the Ray dress, which I'll show you. And because I was in the city already, I thought, well, why not save on postage? So I'd already decided that I wanted to get, as I said, a pattern from Tesuti, wasn't quite sure which one. So I got the Ray dress, and how beautifully is it packaged up? Very, very nice. That's it there. I will just undo that so you can see it. Oh, sorry, it's got a knot. One moment, please. I'll just get the knot undone. There you go. So I think that will be quite my style, and I'm thinking of doing with the sleeves, but because it's got sleeveless as well, and the gorgeous pockets, of course. So that's going to be the red linen. Don't let me change my mind, please. So I bought that, and I won't throw that over my shoulder. I will just carefully throw it here. I also bought some Kylie and the Machine labels. And I bought something else there, didn't I? Oh, yes. Just a packet of buttons they had on special. And this stuff here, I've never used it before. It's stay tape. I'm a big proponent of using stitching, stay stitching, but they had these two, these all different colours, stay tape, going out for $1. So I thought I'll take a white and a grey colour, and I'll try my hand at that. So that was Tesuti. It was great fun. And that was all in the one day. Now, I was staying in Footscray, which not far from my daughter and son-in-law's place. And I know, because I've been there before, to this lovely fabric store called Fabric Deluxe. So this is their card, Fabric Deluxe. Now they have recently, I don't know how recent, they've moved premises. They're still in Footscray, and their address is found on their website. They do ship worldwide, and they have a lot of Australian customers. It's a privately owned, a family business. Steph and Carita very kindly allowed me to take some footage. So here's our footage here, where I'm showing you the door and walking in, and you can see these lovely fabrics. So many beautiful choices of colours, and some with amazing drape. Steph and Carita have done a beautiful job curating such a lovely selection of fabrics, and they have a very reasonably priced range, I've got to say. And of course, once again, I was deliberating what would I like to buy in this store, or I'd already been thinking about it for weeks before I even got to town. And so I decided that it's coming into spring. It's time for a few more blouses. And so if I don't make it in time for spring, then certainly this will be ready for the the blouse challenge in April. So I did take a lot of time to decide, first of all, and on the fabric. So I come across this beautiful sterile viscose poplin, and the colour I loved is Blow Marine, which is blue, and this fabric is made in, well, it's French and Portuguese, so it's designed in France, and then the fabric is produced in Portugal. Absolutely fantastic, which I'll show you in a moment. So that was fabulous. And I also got myself some interfacing, because the mid-weight interfacing I've used before. So then I had to decide on what pattern to get to go with the fabric. And so you can see here that there are a great range. There's a great range of patterns. So we've got some very popular brands there at Fabric Deluxe. And you'll also see, if you haven't already, Steph waving at us at the counter. So yeah, so the patterns, the Friday Pattern Company patterns I was particularly interested in. I've not actually looked closely at these before, and I do occasionally like to get some patterns that are not PDF. So as I've shown you in the previous Tesuti pattern, the Ray dress, which I've got, you know, now in that format. Now I've also got the patina blouse in the Friday Pattern Company pattern, and so I will just show you that now. The Friday Pattern Company pattern that I got, which is the patina blouse, such a beautiful blouse. Now Steph and Carita had a sample made up on the wall, which you may have seen in the footage, and I've seen this a lot on Instagram as well, and it makes up a beautiful blouse. So these are the line drawings. You can see that. So it's got a beautiful cut to it. It does have darts, which I prefer. It's got very similar back to another blouse that I've already made, and it's got 2 or 3 ranges of shirt lengths or lengths. So, and I really particularly love the collar. It's got just a stunning collar on it. So that is my blouse pattern, and I've been wanting to get another blouse pattern for so long. So I'm very excited about this, and that I finally made a decision. Like, I mean, come on now, how slow are you? So the magic, absolute magic viscose poplin that I got from Fabric Deluxe is this beautiful blue with leaves on it and dots. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to be very classy. It's got this written on the selvage. So French and Portuguese. So I just love this. It is so beautiful. It's a bit of a medium weight viscose. It's not really, really light. And there it is. Jess, I haven't washed it yet. And just as it, oh, what did I buy? 2 meters? 1.7. And Jess, oh, sorry, not Jess. Steph said that, that it's very important to make sure that I pre-wash it, which I always like to pre-wash my fabrics anyway, but matchy. But very important to wash it in cold water, and to always wash it in cold water, because it's very renowned for shrinking, even after it's made. So this is going to be beautiful, don't you think? Isn't that stunning? I'm so excited about this. So it's going to be a lovely blouse, and I am very pleased I got it. And thank you very much to Steph and Carita for your hospitality and for letting me take some footage. I love being in your store, and your new store is so lovely. You've got it set up so nice now and fresh, with all the fresh paint and everything. And you were very, very generous. It was actually a very sunny day, which, as some people would know, it's an unusual thing for Melbourne to have sun blaring in late in the afternoon. Well, certainly my experience has been like that. But it was a lovely day. I really, really enjoyed the shopping at Fabric Deluxe and all the shopping that I did the whole week that I was there. Thanks for hanging out with me and for coming with me to the Melbourne shops and some of my favourites. And I'm just going to say goodbye now. I shall see you next time. Until I do see you, happy sewing, stay well, and make sure you have fun. Bye. How's my new glasses? How cool.